When every second counts, are we ready? Do we know what to do when someone stops breathing or when disaster strikes? Recent emergencies show how rescuers are often outnumbered by those in need. But in Cainta Rizal, one group is making a difference. They're the Community Quick Response Volunteers, or CQRV, founded and led by Mr. Raylan Serbuboy Chavez, a man with a vision, one trained responder in every household. Because real heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes they are neighbors who know how to save a life. I'm Rochelle Rubio, and this is The Advocates, Empowering Voices. When there's someone in trouble in your neighborhood, who you gonna call? Not Ghostbusters. In Cainta Rizal, there's a team of heroic men and women who answer that call. They are the Community Quick Response Volunteers, led by founder and president Raylan P. Chavez, better known in the community as Sir Buboy. Neighbors turned lifesavers, ready to respond at a moment's notice. From medical emergencies to rescue operations, they serve with courage, compassion, and commitment. What moved Sir Buboy to form this team of volunteers equipped with the skills and training to save lives? This is their story, the story of Cainta's real-life quick responders.
Si CQRV po ay nagsimula way back 2018, no? Binuo ko ito para, sabi ko nga, may bahayan o may puntahan yung mga volunteers dito sa bayan ng Cainta. Lalo na pagdating sa larangan ng rescue. Kasi noon pong mga panahon na yon, merong mga rescue volunteers dito na kumbaga walang mapuntahan. Pupunta pa sila sa ibang bayan para doon sila tumulong. So sabi ko, magtatayo ako ng grupo dahil ako'y galing din naman sa isang grupo noon ng rescue din na medyo hindi naging maayos yung naging samahan. Ayan. Ang dahilan kung bakit din, isa pang dahilan po, no, kung bakit ko siya tinayo is mission and vision, no. Simple lang na someday, bawat isang kabahayan dito sa bayan ng Cainta o maging sa buong Rizal, merong isang first aider. Kasi po, napakahalaga na merong first aider. Bakit? Kaming mga first aider, we are bridging the gap between the ambulance and the hospital. Napakahalaga po ng kada segundo. That's why sa EMS po, no, o Emergency Medical Services, meron kaming motto na every second counts. We help save lives.
But with the risks that come with being first responders, the vital bridge between the ambulance and the hospital, one can't help but ask, why did Sir Buboy choose to take this path in the first place?
Every second counts, no? So, kailangan may tumulong. And most especially po yung dahilan, if you want to serve God, service people.
Working hand-in-hand with the local government unit of Cainta, led by Mayor Keith Nieto, and Barangay San Juan, led by Barangay Captain Normita and Felix, Sir Buboy and his team of volunteers respond to countless calls for help involving medical emergencies and trauma cases.
Medical case and trauma case. Kadalasan po talaga yung mga aksidente sa kalsada. Ayan. Sa panahon natin ngayon, napakarami pong aksidenteng nangyayari, lalo na sa mga motor. Second, yung mga tinatawag nating medical cases, like yung mga anak, or yung mga typical na sakit, na stroke, ganyan. Yan po yung lagi namin natatanggap na tawag.
CQRV has trained around 50 volunteers, with about 20 currently active and on call when needed. They range in age from 15 to 57 years old. Is proper training required for those who wish to become community quick response volunteers?
Sa team, ang CQRV naman nakapagpundar na ng mahigit sa 50 na member, pero ang active natin ngayon siguro mga nasa 20 plus na volunteers, Anytime pwedeng tawagin. Ako po naging OIC din ng Fire Volunteer Group, sabay nitong grupo ko, And yung kung pagpasok po dito sa aming grupo, sa larangan na to, hindi naman kami nagre-require na dapat may experience or may training na. Kasi dito po mismo nagkakanta kami ng basic life support training and first aid training.
Apart from being quick responders, Sir Buboy and his team also conduct basic life support and first aid training in the community and even beyond Cainta. It's their way of empowering people to be prepared for life-threatening situations, and they do it for free. One can't help but wonder why they choose to do this and how they manage to sustain their volunteer work, devoting so much of their time and skills to helping others.
Pero most especially, nagpupunta kami sa mga lugar-lugar. Even Angono, marami na po kaming napuntahan na lugar. Nagtuturo kami doon ng libre. Napaka-simple lang lagi na naisip ko siguro. This is my purpose-driven life and this is my calling. Ito na siguro yun yung nakaatang sa akin. It's been 8 years na po. And honestly, I've been volunteering siguro mga magto 2 decades na. Ganun. I don't know, God moves in a mysterious way talaga. Nabubuhay ako ng maayos. Nabubuhay ng maayos ang family ko. Siguro nga sabi nila every good thing na ginagawa mo, gumagawa din ng paraan para bumalik sa'yo.
For Sir Buboy and his team, learning never stops. They train every day and constantly update their skills in line with the American Heart Association standards, a globally recognized authority in emergency cardiovascular care and resuscitation training. It's a process of continuous learning and adaptation. As medical guidelines evolve, so must they. For these responders, staying updated isn't just a requirement. It's a responsibility that can mean the difference between life and death.
I conduct the training po. Even yung mga kasama ko, may mga kasama na po ako, members na graduate na rin, nakatapos din ng emergency medical service course, services course. Saktong-sakto lang na kapag naggusto mo maging part ng team ko o ng pamilya ng CQRV, you must undergo daily training Honestly, daily yan. Araw-araw nagre-refresh, araw-araw papalitan ng puro-puro. Then, syempre, nag-aabang din tayo ng mga bagong updates, lalo na pag galing sa AHA, yung American Heart Association, kasi sila po yung pinakamataas sa larangan na to. Doon po kami kumukuha ng standard. Si AHA kasi yung talagang naglalabas ng mga bagong kung paano gagawin. Like sa CPR, ano ba yung dapat na gawin mo? Kung may bago silang ilalabas, like kung dati may CAB, circulation, airway breathing. Ngayon may airway breathing, circulation. Tapos nadagdagan na siya, nagkaroon ng letter D, deformity, tapos nagkaroon ng letter E, exposure, ganun, A, B, C, D, E. Tapos ngayon may F na, family. Involve mo na yung family. Ibig sabihin yung assessment, taon-taon, nagbabago. Minsan nga po sa isang taon may bagong lalabas o dalawang lalabas na dapat standard procedure na dapat gawin.
With the support of the local government unit of Cainta, especially their barangay, Sir Buboy and his team are able to fulfill their calling of service. He also spoke about the much-feared The Big One, the possible major earthquake that could strike Metro Manila and nearby areas, and how they are helping communities prepare through continuous training and public awareness seminars.
Siyempre, guided and supported by the barangay. Even, siyempre si Kapitana Normita and Felix po ang barangay kapitana namin. And siyempre kay Boss po, kay Mayor Kit Nieto, na full support naman talaga siya sa mga ginagawa namin. Kasi nga, multiplier hindi naman lingid sa kalaman po ng lahat yung The Big One. Nararamdaman na yan sa iba't ibang parte ng Pilipinas, yung mga paglindol. So sabi ko nga po, kapag dumating na si The Big One, maybe 1 linggo, 2 linggo, wala kayong makikitang rescue. Bakit? May pamilya din kami So ngayon po, puspusan talaga yung pag-iikot namin sa pagtuturo kung ano yung dapat gawin kapag dumating yung ganong klase ng sakuna.
How are people responding to these trainings? How interested are they in learning what to do when emergencies strike?
Honest to goodness, siguro, kung tatanungin niyo po ako, real talk, sa 100 halimbawa na taong tinuruan, siguro ang ratio nun parang 30, 40 lang yung gusto, ganon. Tapos, yung 60 the rest, parang pumunta lang kasi pinatawag na ganito, ganyan. Yun yung nakakalungkot na reality. Ang estimate po ng magiging impact ni The Big One, no, sa probinsya ng Rizal, no, sa Cainta po parang nakaano sila na may 20,000 na pwedeng mawala o mamatay, no. Then babagsak lahat ang communication natin. So ibig sabihin pag nangyari po 'yun at may nasaktan sa parte ng kanilang pamilya, no, hindi kaagad darating si rescue. Hindi talaga kasi may pamilya kami at the same time. That's why nagtuturo kami, educate kami ng mga tao, no, para maging katuwang din. Kaya nga sabi ko po, no, isa yan sa mga mission vision namin, ano, na sana lahat ng bahay sa buong Cainta o sa buong Rizal, merong isang first aider kasi napakalaking bagay po nun. Hindi naman kailangan magbayad. The same time, hindi kailangan bumili ng mamahaling gamit. May mga gamit tayo sa bahay na pwede nating magamit pagdating ng pangangailangan o merong emergency.
It's a sad reality that despite all their efforts as volunteer responders, Sir Buboy and his team sometimes face criticism when they can't respond as quickly as people expect, often due to circumstances beyond their control. Even their attempts to empower communities through free first aid and emergency response training are often met with low interest. And when disasters strike, rescuers like them find themselves overwhelmed. The same rescuers who also have their own families to protect and save.
Madalas nangyayari po yan, no? Meron dyan, hindi mo kagad napuntahan kasi galing pa kami sa isang responde, no? Nag-ratio kasi kami ng mababa, 8 responde sa isang araw. So, pag kami tawag po na isa ulit, hindi namin kagad mapuntahan, then hindi rin mapuntahan ng ibang rescue, no? Kasi ang laki rin ang populasyon ng bayan ng Cainta. We have only ilang ambulance, no? Hindi lang responder. So magagalit sila. Pero sa panahon naman na gusto mo silang turuan kung ano yung mga dapat gawin, parang ayaw naman nila. So yun nakakalungkot. May gobyerno, may mga volunteer, may mga tao gustong tumulong, pero hindi lahat ng panahon ibibigay sa atin yung tulong. Mas maganda kasi na tayo mismo kaya nating tulungan yung sarili natin.
The disparity between the number of quick responders and the overall population of Cainta Rizal highlights the challenges they face in meeting the community's growing needs.
Sobrang layo po talaga. Parang kung sa PNP noon, sabi nila 1:500, parang kami 1:5,000. Parang ganon. Kasi ilan lang po ang strength ng ating municipal rescue. Ano? Palagay na natin nasa 40 sila. Kami naman po nasa 30. Overall, ito at ang command center namin. Ang 7 barangay po, sa 7 barangay po, no, sa pagkakaalam ko, no, ilan lang ang may EMS. May mga rescuer, siguro kada barangay, i-ratio na lang natin ng 10. So may 70 lang. O palagay nyo nang may 100 na rescuer sa sa 7 barangay po natin. Then may 40 sa munisipyo natin, ano, sa main natin. So 140. Nasa ilan po ba tayo ngayon sa bayan ng Cainta? Nasa 400,000.
Are volunteers required to serve full-time as community quick response volunteers, or can they continue with their regular jobs while being part of the team? With the responsibilities and expectations running high, do they receive even a small honorarium for their time and effort, especially when they risk their own lives to save others?
Ako po nagpo-full-time dito. Hindi naman kailangan na mag-full-time sila. No? Like yung iba nating kasama dito ngayon, ano? Merong nag-joyride, merong nagtatrabaho sa call center, may nagtatrabaho sa restaurant. Iba-iba po eh. Tapos pag yung free time na nila, nandito na sila. Like yung chief of operation ko, no? Papasok yan sa morning, tapos duty siya ng hapon hanggang gabi. Tapos pa umaga, uuwi na yan, papasok sa yun yung cycle namin na ginagawa. So yun nga, yung sa kabutihan ng aming kapitana, no? Tita Cap Omi Felix. Kasi po si Tita Cap Omi Felix, no, asawa niya, si Willie Felix natin ngayon dito sa Cainta, ano. Ang line kasi nila ng mga anak niya is puro doktor. That's why naintindihan nila kami. Yeah. So sila yung talagang sumusuporta sa amin. And thankful kami na napunta kami sa Barangay San Juan. Kasi grabe yung suporta nila sa amin. Kasi dati po, gamit kami bumibili. Ngayon, pinoprovide na nila. Nagkakapag-provide na yung sila Kapitana Omi. Sila yung nagbibigay lahat.
Unlike other volunteer groups, their operations run 24/7, making proper scheduling of volunteers essential to keep the team ready at all times. Each member is assigned to shifts based on availability, ensuring that there's always someone to stand by to respond. Coordination happens through radio communication and mobile alerts, a system built on trust, teamwork, and commitment. Even without pay, these volunteers show up day or night because for them, saving lives is more than a duty. It's a calling.
Shifting po. Meron po kaming morning, no? Meron kaming panggabi, tapos hanggang next morning. Kumbaga 24/7 yung operation ng team eh. Hindi kasi kami, yung katulad ng ibang volunteer group na kapag may okasyon, doon lang sila lumalabas, gano'n. Kami kasi talagang 24/7, non-stop. Simula nung tinayo yung team, hindi na tumigil yon. Kami rin yung mga unang humarap no, sa laban natin na nakaraan at sa pandemya. Isa kami sa mga unang na-expose kasi wala naman tayong alam lahat nun. So, na-quarantine, paglabas ng quarantine facility, laban ulit. Ganon. Then, yun nga, may fire pa kami dati, nagpa-fire and rescue pa kami. Even misting, lahat. Pag may 1070 yung tinatawag nating fire alarm, respond rin kami doon.
Their mission goes beyond saving human lives. They also rescue animals in distress.
If ma-check po ninyo yung post namin, meron yan, Bagyo, aso. Yung last, aso, nasa ilog. Kami mismo yung kumuha nun.
Their spirit of volunteerism is sustained by the generosity and support of Barangay Captain Normita and Felix, who helps fund most of their operational expenses, along with the continued support of Cainta Mayor Keith Nieto.
Si Barangay San Juan, sa pamumuno po ni Kapitana Normita Omi Felix, siya po talaga yung tumutulong sa amin, sa lahat ng mga dapat naming gamitin, then mga bayarin, at syempre kasama dyan ang local government sa pamumuno po ni Mayor Keith Nieto. Di naman kami nakukulangan, sakto naman, at kami ay thankful, kasi nandyan sila para sumuporta. Iba po kasi yun eh. Iba po kasi yung advocacy na tinatahak namin o gusto namin iparating sa tao, na ang pagtulong ay walang hinihintay na kapalit. At sabi ko nga po, legasiya to, hindi kompetensya. Hindi kami nakipagkompetensya. Legasiya lang talaga namin. At siguro, coming from you po kanina, this is our passion.
Sir Buboy looks back on some of the most challenging rescue operations they have faced since the creation of CQRV, experiences he describes as truly priceless.
Kung pipili ako, kasi napakadami na eh. Merong extrication, Extrication, halimbawa po sa aksidente. Kailangan mong hugutin yung tao. May time naman na bubuhatin mo mula sa mataas na parte ng bahay. Napakasikip, napakahirap. Pag panahon naman ng sakuna, bagyo, kailangan mong lumusong, halos lagpas tao, like itong nakaraan, yung baha sa floodway. Kailangan mong lumusong kasi kailangan mong kunin yung pasyente na may sakit. Napakarami po ng mahirap na nangyari. Pero sabi ko nga po, worth it naman. Kasi kapag nakita mong nakangiti na yung pamilya at nagpapasalamat, yun yung tinatawag namin na priceless. Yun yung parang pinakabayad talaga sa amin, honestly. Kapag hindi po namin ginawa, sino yung gagawa? Like ako po, I am a type 2 diabetic person. Nung tinamaan ako ng COVID, that is the original strain. So, napakahirap. Walang panlasa, walang pang-amoy. Lahat na sa akin, I even experienced pamamaga ng lalamunan ng sobra, halos magsara, diarrhea. Nung gumaling ako, sabi ko, hindi ako titigil. Kasi may antibodies na ako eh. Hindi ako titigil. Tutulong pa rin ako. Mas lalo akong na-energize. Mas lalo akong na-inspire na tumulong. Kasi kung binigyan niya pa ako ng dugtong na buhay, itutuloy ko yung ginagawa ko. And sabi ko naman, even if we are in the medical field, we always believe in divine intervention. Lagi tayong naniniwalang may Diyos na hindi tayo pababayaan. Sabi nga namin nung panahon ng pandemya, kasi sa amin talaga nagsimula yun eh. Kung may kalaban tayong hindi nakikita, may kakampi rin tayong hindi nakikita.
We also spoke with 4 of their volunteer medics, including their youngest and oldest members. Their 28-year-old Chief of Operations, JV Marco Zamudio, shared what inspired him to become a volunteer responder. Among the team are Januni H. Timbar, 57 years old, Zaira May Quizon, 20, and Ziljan Vergano, just 15, their youngest volunteer medic. He may be shy in front of the camera, but he quickly transforms into a confident responder the moment he hears a call for help. Each one with their own story of compassion, courage, and commitment to service.
I'm an undergraduate of criminology and also mental health. So kung i-pursue yung dream ko to help people save lives. That's why nandito ako. Sa CQRV, yung nagbukas ng pinto sa akin para makatulong sa mga tao na nangangailangan. And isa sa mga hindi ko malilimutan na narespondehan namin ang buong team is yung isang nasemplang within STI. Nag-50-50 siya. Talagang sobrang ang dami nung kanyang dami niyang sugat, may mga bali siya. Then, nawalan siya ng pulso. We're doing CPR inside the ambulance. Sobrang hirap yung ginagawa namin. Nagsi-CPR habang umaalog yung ambulansya kasi nagmamadali kami pupunta sa ospital. And thank God kasi nabuhay yung tao na yun, kung sino man siya. Then nagpasalamat sa amin yung pamilya. Hindi kami humingi na kahit anong kapalit. Kahit isang thank you lang. Masaya na kami ito. Sir, thank you. Binuhay mo yung kapalit namin. Ang lagi lang namin sagot din is hindi namin binuhay. Tinutulungan lang po namin. Ginawa lang po namin yung aming trabaho para po makatulong sa mga tao.
Passion ko na talagang tumulong. Ito si CQRB ang nagbukas na kaya nandito ako. So since nasa peace in order naman kami kasi I'm coming from the other group, ma'am. Actually, I'm anti-narcotic support ng Philippine National Police. Pero ngayon parang nandito ako na kasi itong nakita kong magandang passion. Then, since naman ng bagyong Undoy, nasa kalsada din naman ako habang bumabaha, iniwanan ko yung pamilya ko. Hanggat saan tapos yung Undoy bago ako nakauwi sa bahay. So, nandito na ako, tuloy-tuloy na ito ang pagtulong.
Magawa niyo na din po ako sa CQR.
Yung lola ko po, madalas po siya pinatake ng high blood, tapos inaas ko. So, ako, parang gusto ko magkaroon ng when it comes to
The oldest volunteer, Mr. Januni Timbar, became emotional as he recalled a tragic moment from his days in private media. He lost a co-worker who was electrocuted by a live wire from a fallen lamppost, an experience that gave him the conviction to dedicate his life to helping save others through CQRV.
Bumalik yung so gusto ko makatulong sa mga kapwa.
They may not wear capes, but for the people they help, they're nothing short of heroes. Raylan Sir Buboy P. Chavez encourages everyone to learn first aid training and welcomes anyone who wants to join their team. Because at the end of the day, when disaster strikes, it truly pays to be equipped with life skills such as first aid, emergency, and disaster preparedness. If a majority of people in the community were empowered with basic knowledge and skills in saving lives or waiting for rescue or hospital care, then we would be much better prepared as a nation to face life-threatening situations.
Sa mga gustong sumali o sumama sa aming advokasya, no, at matuto po sa tinatawag nating pagbibigay ng paunang lunas, no, maaari po kayong magsadya sa aming base, no, o tanggapan dito sa may tapat ng One Arena. Hindi po kailangan na meron na kayong kaalaman, no, dahil kami mismo po ang magtuturo sa inyo. Wala naman niyang bayad, libre. At syempre, kailangan po fit tayo, no, na gawin yung mga bagay na iniaatang sa atin, no, o responsibilidad na inaatang sa atin. Lakas ng pangangatawan, lakas ng pag-iisip. At ang pagtulong po sa kapwa ay hindi din humihingi ng edad, no? Kahit bata o matanda, basta may puso ka na tumulong sa kapwa. Welcome na welcome.
Sir Buboy and the community quick response volunteers prove that preparedness begins with people. Kudos to Barangay San Juan of Cainta Rizal for supporting this initiative. When you see these volunteers providing emergency medical services or EMS in your neighborhood, thank them. Be kind. They risk their lives to save yours for free. Through training and empowerment, Sir Buboy's CQRV team hopes every household learns to respond. Because when communities are prepared, we build a nation that's not just resilient, but truly life-saving. In the face of disaster, the power to save lives begins with you. This has been Rochelle Rubio. Join me again next week for another episode of The Advocates on 104.3 The Capital.
This is where the voices of the voiceless are heard. The Advocates, empowering voices. Hosted by Rochelle Rubio on 104.3 The Capital.